Santa Claus is coming to town.
And we've got one of his elves right in our studio.
Welcome back to another episode of the Long Island Tea Podcast, where we spill the tea on living your most fabulous, amazing Long Island life. I'm Sharon.
I'm Stacy.
Stace, how you doing, honey?
How you doing?
Oh, man.
I am not doing very well today.
No.
A little under the weather. Mm-hmm. But you know what I won't miss? A podcast episode.
I know. I'm like, we have filler.
Nope.
Michael can sit in on you.
Nope. I'm sorry to the staff who will all get the flu, but just know it's because I really wanted to be here for this podcast episode. I like consistency.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave like the second
This is over.
this is over.
No, thank you for pushing through, but I'm trying to beg you to like stay home. We had a really fun week. We did some really fun things and checked some really good boxes.
Yeah.
We actually were invited to attend Theresa's show at the Paramount.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But not only did we attend the show, we got to hang out with her.
Very bougie. It was a very bougie
night for us. We got backstage in her green room. I mean, it was just so fun. And again, it felt like we've known her forever. She was so welcoming, so warm, so inviting.
And her whole team.
And her whole entire team.
I know. It was almost like we could have just gone out to drinks with them after. You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
they were just
well,
they
the
were just
best,
us.
like her parents come to her shows too when they're on Long Island. I'm sure everywhere else too, but we got to sit next to them.
Yeah.
I mean, VIP.
It was really cute. And what I told my friends, because I got a lot of, my friends said a lot of things after they saw the clips and watched the episode and stuff with her on it. And I just kept telling them, like, she was so nice
Kind.
and like cute and fun and kind. Like,
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's not like she ever gave off a different type of vibe where it's like, oh, I thought she was going to be so strict and she's not. But she just was so warm. And I was saying even the episode that we had her on, like, I wish we could have
Hung out
had her
even
on-
longer.
Yeah.
But that's the best part because we became so close that she's going to come on again. And we said, come to the studio, be in studio, not on Zoom. You're like, come hang out with us in this beautiful studio. And I'm so excited for that to happen. So yeah, she was super kind. Her show was amazing. We were left bawling, all of us.
I mean, I think we were crying like before we went in. We were like prepping each other that like, hey, just so you know, I am going to
and none of
cry.
us brought tissues.
No, I
That's
was,
like we're
using
all
my
like,
sleeve.
I'm like, I said something to Angelica. I'm like, or you? I think I was like, do you have a tissue? And you're like, yes, please. And I was like, no, I'm asking you for a tissue.
Yeah.
But it was beautifully done. I mean, her work is amazing. It was amazing to see it live in action and really just to see what she goes through.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think it was really mind blowing to me. The show was packed. The theater was packed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know how she was walking up and down those stairs in those stilettos, but girls got it.
Yeah, no, she had great form. It's just, you know, she does also like just a little bit of stand up, I think. You know,
She's funny.
yeah, she's funny. That's
She called
really
it
what
the
I mean.
levity, to bring back the levity, right?
Because I think that's what you have to do. You know, everyone is there and they're very they're not wound tight, but you know, there's a lot of hope and desire for all the attendees in the audience. And you know, you might not have the time that you could have if you're just hoping and you know, sitting like this the whole time praying that she's going to, you know, call on you. But you start to just really, by the laughter, you sort of exhale. You remember that everyone in the audience is just like you.
Yeah.
And that's why, like with the crying, she didn't read, none of the spirits came through for our crew. But you feel it so much
Yeah.
for your neighbor to your left and your
yeah.
right.
And you know what I loved? What else I noticed? I don't know if you guys noticed it too, but as she was going through the process and getting ready to read someone, or she would go over to a section and be like, I feel this. How do you connect with that? She would go to people who she could feel the tension and know that they were nervous, and she would joke around with
them a little bit
before
Yeah.
before anything came out of it. Like she would do it first for like 5 minutes with you, and then like walk over there and then come back and be like, oh. You know, like she knew that they were worried or nervous, and like she knew how to calm them down. So it was a really beautiful thing.
Yeah, she it was just a really special event. I'm like just thinking about it in the back of my head. And she would clear her throat often.
Yeah.
And that would like be symbolic of something. Or she said, someone keeps hitting me in the back of my head.
Yeah.
And it was really cute. Yeah, she worked the whole crowd. So if you're familiar with the Paramount, there's a lower level and then an upper level. So she didn't just stick to one area. And just, yeah, she cruised around and it was really nice. And, you know, for some people, she sticks around for longer because there's just a lot coming out of it. There was a mother-daughter combo.
Yeah.
And just everything she said, it was like it connected again and again. And it's also, I mean, funny, but you can see the people's reactions behind the people that are being sort of not read, but, you know, behind the people that she's communicating with. And like there are some people that just sit there with their hands covering their mouth because they can't believe all the connections.
All the connections, but even like she'd be like, Joe says hi. You know, like she would call people by their names sometimes. And it was like, wild. I loved it. I thought she was amazing.
And 2 hours, by the way. This wasn't a 90-minute thing where it's like a hit and run. Like it's
a very welcoming thing. Before she even came on, she had the national anthem playing, and she said that's for you. You know, my guest is because there's so many veterans out here, or you know,
she had them stand up.
She had them stand up. She recognized them. I thought that was beautiful. She's just very humble and kind and sweet, and I'm so glad we became best friends.
I agree. I can't wait for her. We gave her a big basket of all of our Discover Long Island stuff. She really just seemed like somebody that we had been working with for years. It was a really nice experience.
Yeah, it was. And then the next day, that was a late night.
The next morning.
Very early next morning, we were judges for St. Joseph's University Ready, Set, Lead competition.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it last week, how we were going to be judges. And I'm telling you what, I didn't realize what it was exactly. You know, I read through what Gail asked us to do it, and I read through what she was requesting of us, and I was like, oh, no problem. I didn't realize that it was every high school on Long Island is invited to do this competition, and the amount of students that attended the university that day. Yeah. They were bussed in from everywhere, and we were judges for the hospitality program, and the assignment was to do a tour itinerary or vacation booking for the U.S. Open. Yeah, that's coming in June 2026. Some of the students did.
They reminded us of ourselves in high school.
Yes, and it was, you know, they did a great job. Some of them went above and beyond, and it was mind-blowing to see these high school students deliver a pitch like that as if they've been in this world for ever, and they're 16. It was crazy.
It was crazy. I mean, we said during it, you know, you're using the language we use. And then so basically like picture like, you know, a large 3-part, and it was like 4 feet tall, 3 feet tall cardboard presentation.
The science fair project boards that we used to use.
So I mean, I guess I know I only just use like a piece of oak tape.
Yeah, that's true.
But some of them, they created logos, and so they had to have like different itineraries at different price points. So they did a romantic getaway, just a golf fan period getaway, and then something family friendly. And some of them had those. The winning team had an amazing idea, which was to have a business networking package.
I mean, it was incredible. And it goes to show this kid's father or mother is obviously in marketing, and the father or mother is obviously an avid golfer and travels to certain tournaments and things like that. So they knew exactly how to plan it out, and just what their presentation, you know, back to that, just even being that age and being able to present like that. Yeah. I mean,
they were allowed note cards. Most of them tried to memorize it. Yeah. And then a couple of teams made pamphlets. And then
this one company made a website,
a QR code, which took you to a
valid website. And I said to them, I said, what happens when people really want to buy these packages? He goes, they got to contact me. I'm like, good luck.
But they were just, you know, it's really hard. It's basically like a ballroom that was split up. And so there's desks that are probably like, you know, 5 feet away from each other. And each desk was a different industry. And so you could hear other people speaking while you're speaking. That's very hard to present under those circumstances.
And I have to say, I loved being a part of it. It made me so excited. I loved being a part of it. I loved watching it all day long throughout, not just our industry, because it was kind of like you said, there was a wall kind of in between, but like all the tables were around the room, so you can hear other presentations. So while we were waiting for our next presentation, you can listen in to the others. Some of the judges were very harsh.
Yes.
They held up timers.
So you're supposed to only present for 5 minutes. Now, I hope this doesn't make us soft judges, because we did not do that. And one presenter, she started, you could see her cheeks getting red, and I think she had a countdown in her mind.
Yeah.
And so she started speeding through, and we were like, hey, relax, we're here. And she's like, all right, am I just running out of time?
Yeah.
And maybe she clocked the other
They're holding the timer up. I was like, that's crazy.
So yeah, I don't know if like maybe we should have done that, but
no,
we had,
they're students.
15, 16, they really, really.
If you were presenting, I'd hold up a timer.
Oh.
But these are 16-year-old kids.
What is that implication? Am I a rambler?
No, I mean like as far as
no, I know.
adult
Holding
life,
to a different standard.
I loved one of my favorite. We didn't put them as the winner, but they were running up.
Yeah.
These two young girls, they came in and they presented as if we were Shark Tank. They were adorable.
Yeah.
I mean, the energy that they brought, their presentation style was incredible. And like I said, it was like they were talking to us like we were Shark Tank judges, and like they spoke simultaneously, and I loved it because they were very quiet and reserved when they first came in. You can see them shuffling in, putting on their board on the table. They ask politely, "Can I push this back a little bit?" Sure, you can. And then they were like, "Okay, please let us know when you're ready." And I said to them, "Like, we're ready when you are." And I saw one of them count down in her head, like on her fingers, like 3, 2, 1. And then she like jumped right into personality. I was like, whoa, girl.
They were cute. Those are the girls also that highlighted the Long Island Railroad.
Yes.
And how effective it is to take you from town to town, from place to place. That's one of the things they had to factor in.
Right, transportation.
Which was, you can't just say, okay, so you're going to eat in Melville and then go grab after dinner drinks in Montauk.
Yeah.
Which we did encounter.
One presenter do that. I was like, she's like, because it's only 10 minutes away. And I'm like,
yeah, they took us to Brooklyn. But listen, everybody, there was an amazing amount of effort put forth by all the contestants. It was very, very painful to have to order them because it's not like you want to give like a...
Oh, to put our order.
Yeah, like it's not like you all tried your best, but they did. Even the people who may have not had like a stronger visual presentation memorized stuff and answered. There were all these different ways that we had to critique the presentation.
Scoring. And I thought it was... we had a hard time delivering it at the end. It was a really hard decision for us, I think. But I loved it. I was so glad to be a part of it. I'm going to be back next year.
Yeah,
so
can
watch
they do them each quarter?
I know. I want to do it each quarter.
But great job. And thank you, Gail, for having us in St. Joe's. That was great.
It was awesome.
Next thing is we're getting very excited, drum roll, for the big event next week.
The gala?
Yeah.
Yep, it's come. It's finally here.
Finally
here. It's wild. So this will air on the day of the actual gala.
Oh yeah.
So I can't wait to recap it next week. But I think I'm really excited. I was talking about it with some team members today. I will be doing the presentation along with Mitch, our interim president and CEO, and then I'll be doing the stats, I guess you would call it, like kind of the overview of the year. I'm really excited to do that because this year has been amazing. And we've really have done so much. I mean, looking back at everything we've done, I'm really excited to see the year-end video, just to see it all compiled because it's just amazing of what we accomplished this year.
And we had some potholes.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it like, listen, everything was perfect and we breezed through and we were successful. We had some major things happening here.
Roadblocks. But
yeah, so, both staff changes and as well as, just things that happen at, to an organization and a non-for-profit organization. And the staff just absolutely really found a way to shine through, every single member. And like you said, the year-end video, but also just like the accomplishments that you'll be going over during the course of the presentation that everybody here is responsible for.
Right. That's what my proudest moment is talking about those stats and, talking about each department and what they have accomplished this year is really going to be so exciting.
Yeah.
We talked about this and like I said, this will air the day of. So maybe I don't want to say this. Forget it. Go.
I was going to take some water.
Oh, okay. So you know how everybody has like walk-up songs, like, we were going through the music playlists and we really picked some really good tunes for the winners and the walk-ups. I'm so excited. I was going to say what my walk-up song is, but I don't want to air it because I want it to be a surprise for our friends that are coming.
I'm gonna try and think about it and guess at a different time.
Okay.
I wish I knew what my walk-up song would be hypothetically.
Yeah, that is a lot. It's a lot to think about.
A lot to think about.
We, what I'm used to doing it with Braden and Pearl for baseball.
Oh,
So,
right.
like
right. You've sort of prepped yourself.
Yeah.
You've thought about this before.
So it's been a family decision this past couple of weeks. Like, what should it be at every night or every week? I'll play something. I'm like, I was thinking of this. What do you guys think?
Can
They're
you
like,
share?
no.
What about the genre? Can you share the genre?
Oh, it's
of
all
music?
over. It's all over.
No, but your walk-up song.
Hip hop.
That's what I figured. Okay. I'm hoping it's Lil' Kim, but maybe we'll see something else.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna say Eminem.
Nope. Neither.
Okay.
Let's get into the episode. Stacy, I'm excited. Show us your Long Islander. This week's spotlight is on the Arzini family of Smithtown.
So they spent months transforming their colonial-style house with 25,000 white lights, a beat-up station wagon carrying an oversized Christmas tree just like the movie, and even a rusty RV straight out of Cousin Eddie's world. The attention to detail, we're talking props, costumes, wigs, custom inflatables, creates one of the most impressive holiday tributes on Long Island.
I think this is hilarious. Each year they debut the display at the Griswold Family Experience, a neighborhood block party that draws hundreds for music, Santa visits, snacks, a petting zoo, and guided tours. And the visitors are encouraged to bring a toy for Stony Brook Children's Hospital. Last year, the Orzinis collected more than 300 donations, a part of the tradition they say means the most to them.
So normally we wouldn't share an address, but go and check it out. It's located at 41 Sherrill Crescent in Smithtown. Again, this is an over-the-top display. This captures the true spirit of the season and brings a fun, old-fashioned family Christmas to life for the entire community, which everyone could always use.
Yes, and kudos to the Orzini family for thinking this. I mean, what an incredible thing to do, and I love the donation back to the Stony Brook Children's Hospital.
Yes.
What an amazing family.
Do not forget that part. It's funny, we were reading over these notes, and sometimes I'll write my own, and all I wrote is, "This is so funny." Like, I don't know. I don't remember writing it, so maybe my head isn't a little bit in the clouds today, but it's really...
It is a really funny
really
thing.
cute. And you know what? Like, I'm sure your family does the same thing. You drive around to all the lights, and we go into Brooklyn to Diker Heights. I mean, even that's a whole thing. That's a one and done. We did it last year. I'm good on that. In fact, I'm lying. My sister took my kids, I think, last year.
That's funny.
But this is, I love driving around. And, winter sometimes, it's late at night. You don't want the kids to go to sleep yet. You're on break. What can we do at 10 o'clock at night? Well, go drive around and say,
Check
so
out
this
the
is like
Christmas lights.
this is like a very cool location to go to.
Yes. From selfless service to true community spirit, Long Islanders continue to show what giving back is all about. So show us your Long Islander by sending us a DM or emailing us at spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.
I want to know the source for this next piece because I'm wondering if it's wishful thinking or if it's true. So I've been hearing a lot. I think we've discussed it about how awful the winter is going to be. Not awful. How snowy.
I don't want that.
How wintry. Listen, some people love that. And I guess for me, if it's going to snow, I don't know, whatever. But so Newsday. Okay, so listen, Newsday has reported that maybe the winter won't be as bad. What I'd heard prior was somewhere from a bunch of meteorologists that it was like 20 to 30 inches.
Yeah.
Okay, Newsday is saying something different, which is why it is my favorite publication. While Long Island's winters have warmed about 5 degrees Fahrenheit since 1970.
That's it? 5 degrees? I feel like it's been warmer, but go ahead.
We've had warmer warmer winters, and this is faster than much of the country. The region continues to shine in every season. Climate Central's analysis shows fewer freezing nights and shorter cold snaps, which is what I'm looking for.
I am so here for this.
Good.
We all know that I'm a beach babe, and I do not like.
You are a beach babe.
Thank you. I don't like it. I hate it. So
the first snow. We all like the first snow. When it's just one layer on the bare trees. It's so pretty. You don't even need to get the scraper out yet. That's like where I draw the line. After that, it's done. You know what I am going to try, and then we'll get back into this. Did you ever try mulled wine? It's like the warm. It's warm wine.
Warmed wine.
Yeah.
You know where you got to go for that?
No.
Delvino.
Your house? Oh, sorry.
My house, yeah. But Delvino, I think they just posted an Instagram. It looked delicious.
So? I've never had it, and
it's like a cinnamon spicy.
Yeah, I don't know why I've never made it. It's like I look at it and it seems like it's something I can't achieve on my own.
You're not going to have another one. You know what I mean? You're going to have one.
Right. Thank you. Thank you for answering my own question.
Had it.
But yeah, so Long Island's natural charms endure. Quiet winter beach walks to early spring wildlife. The island remains a beautiful place to enjoy the outdoors year-round. The scientists note that the warmer winters can now affect snow cover, water supplies, and seasonal rhythms in nature, but communities can still take meaningful steps to protect the environment.
Amazing. With smart climate action and local conservation, Long Island's unique seasonal beauty can continue to thrive for generations.
Santa.
We should talk about where to see Santa. I mean, I know there was a ton of tree lightings last week we talked about, and because it is the season, obviously. The Huntington Holiday Spectacular, Saturdays and Sundays, 12 to 9, Wednesdays and Fridays, 5 to 9. This runs through December 21st, and additional dates are December 22nd and 23rd from 5 to 9. Free for all ages.
Then there's the 23rd annual reenactment of the Flying Santa, not to be missed. Fire Island Lighthouse, you said you've been to this before.
It's so awesome.
I need to do that. That's on December 13th.
Then there's Brunch with Santa at Oheka Castle on December 21st.
Then in Hicks Nurseries, every day through December 23rd. Weekdays 1 to 4 and 5 to 8. Weekends 10 to 1 and then 2 to 6.
And then, of course, the traditional Mall Santa at Smith Haven Mall in Lake Grove. Santa schedules daily through December 24th. Location is in the center court.
I like walking through the mall when Santa's in the mall and the line. Like you just see all these like tiny kids lined up and like the ridiculous pictures. They're crying or scared.
Oh my God, I stopped.
Or hugging.
Yeah.
It's just very, very cute.
Do you do the Elf on the Shelf?
No.
Have you ever done it?
No.
I did it.
I feel like when it became popular, I feel like my kids were already like, Santa's not.
Your kids are the same age as mine.
I think I broke things to them pretty early. I'm a jerk.
You're a jerk.
But go on. You did something very funny today.
I did something very funny today. And I have to say that I copied this from my sister-in-law, so I'm not as clever. But I thought it was hilarious. I had my elf, Soup is his name.
Soup?
Soup, like you're eating soup.
Okay.
Yeah. And Everly she calls him Snoop. I don't so his name has changed. But today he was on the shelf holding 2 playing cards in the numbers of 6, 7.
Nice.
And you know what tomorrow he's going to be holding? 4, 1.
What's that?
That's the whole thing. 6, 7, 4, 1.
Oh, I don't know the second part.
Come on, get with it.
Really? I've never heard of that.
Do your kids do the 6, 7?
Harper doesn't. Reed at this point, I think, but I know it's a thing.
Braden will tell me how corny I am.
Yes.
When he listens.
Well, they always will tell us that.
Yeah. Long Island State Veterans Home named one of the nation's best nursing homes for 2026. U.S. News and World Report has recognized the Long Island State Veterans Home at Stony Brook University as a best nursing home for 2026, awarding it a prestigious high-performance rating in both short-term rehabilitation and long-term care, the highest designation the publication offers.
This is nice. I mean, we just, Veterans Day was last month in November, and we've stated before that Suffolk County, right, has the highest concentration of veterans. Was it
over
100,000?
Mm-hmm.
So this makes a lot of sense, and it's really nice to hear. So this is a 350-bed skilled nursing facility, like you said, operated by Stony Brook. It's cared for more than 15,000 veterans since opening in 1991, and also runs a 40-registrant adult day healthcare program for honorably discharged veterans.
That's incredible. Fewer than 19% of nearly 15,000 evaluated facilities nationwide earned this Best Nursing Home distinction, which is based on rigorous assessments of outcomes, staffing, inspections, and other quality indicators.
Stony Brook leaders praise the recognition, noting it reflects the dedication, compassion, and exceptional care provided by the Veterans Home team. Executive Director Fred Sagna said the honor underscores their commitment to ensuring veterans receive the dignity, respect, and support they deserve, which...
Absolutely. And, leave it to Long Island. Leave it to, best healthcare, best everything. I mean, this place is just amazing.
And you just said the same thing about Theresa, right? What was the first? How did she kick off her show?
Recognizing
veterans.
Absolutely. So we were just talking about Santa. I'm excited to introduce our next guest. We have been reached out to by Amy Gibbs from USPS. She wants to shine a spotlight on the best practices this holiday season for shipping. So let's welcome Amy. We are so excited to welcome Amy Gibbs, Strategic Communications Specialist at the U.S. Postal Service, Long Island, to share her expert tips on mailing and shipping like a pro this holiday season. From addressing packaging to choosing the right shipping options, meeting deadlines, and avoiding common pitfalls. I think this is awesome. We were so excited when you reached out, Amy. I really thought, it's a bizarre request, right? We were like, this could be super interesting and hilarious because I loved the idea and your concept of what you wanted to bring to this show and help our listeners really get down to the nitty-gritty of the holiday season and the postal service and how best to ship their gifts or their items.
Yeah.
And I was like so excited when you reached out. So welcome.
Thank you so much. I love being here. Thank you.
Of course.
I think a lot of times also people don't realize that they're making mistakes. And in this very hectic, stressful holiday season where something delivered late or, to you and you have to send it back out or something like that, any tips, which I know you're going to supply us with any help that you can offer our listeners. And I have a feeling when people are listening, they're going to be like, right, I do that. Or I make that mistake. I didn't realize it was a mistake. Yeah. So, if you want to just take us through what you feel are the most important things to know, but we can start with, you are the strategic communications specialist. How did you start at USPS? How did you get to where you are today?
Oh, that's a good question. I was actually a letter carrier. I delivered mail in Brooklyn and then got a master's degree in PR while I was sort of working up through management. And ended up with this amazing job being a spokesperson.
I love it.
Yeah, so I kind of learned all aspects of the Postal Service, and I know what it's like to be out there delivering. And it's nice to be able to educate our customers on what pitfalls to avoid, especially this season.
It's interesting because you were saying that, you in your emails, you were saying, I know how to do this box and tape this way. And I was wondering, with the title you have, what is the connection? I wasn't sure if it was like a prerequisite for everybody working for the USPS, or maybe like you have some fun team building things where it's like who could wrap the box more more efficiently, but that is why. So you have real, on the feet on the ground experience.
Yeah, and this time of year, honestly, it's all hands on deck. It's our busiest time of year. We start preparing for the holiday season in January.
Wow,
so
that's
we have
crazy.
about a month, and then we'll start preparing for next year. And we try to educate the public as much as we can in order to make a smooth holiday season for everybody.
Absolutely. And that's what I was going to say before is that when you first came in, you were talking about how you would normally do it in a live studio on the news or, somebody would come to you and you would do the demonstrations and things like that. But we are also on YouTube, so the visual is there for our listeners. So I think that's also important. But what a great way to come on the pod and talk about it and really get our listeners the help that they are going to need in the next few weeks. I mean, it's crazy. Last week we talked about the porch pirates.
Yeah,
that's
I saw
a
that
huge
episode.
thing.
Thank you for that.
It's crazy. It's just happening all over. But thank God for our public services and the people that are out there protecting us and making sure that that's not happening. So why don't you take us into some of the segment that you wanted to talk about?
So the first thing I like to tell your listeners would be to ship early. Mm-hmm. It's crunch time for us. We've been preparing all year, so we ask, have you guys been preparing? So, get your greeting cards out. We have a couple shipping deadlines that we recommend. Those are the first things I like to mention. Obviously, get your letters out by the recommended deadline for first-class mail.
Okay.
So that would be December 17th.
Okay.
So it seems like, okay, I have a bit of time, but, we sell greeting cards at the post office.
Yeah,
so
they're right
just
there.
hop on down, get those in the
exactly.
mail. The second deadline would be for your priority mail packages. That is the 18th. And then the 20th would be for Priority Mail Express. So I kind of like to start with the deadlines, and then work our way back. Okay, so you have these deadlines. That's your benchmark. Now, what are you going to do to prepare?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important because I am so guilty of that. I have some family that live out of state that I send gifts to. And, we heavily rely on Amazon a lot of the times to deliver, the purchases on a quick thing and on Prime. But then I'm like, no, I want to personalize. I bought this beautiful ornament that I want to send my aunt from the local boutique in downtown, and I have to ship it. But I'll be the one that's at the post office on the 24th saying this needs to get there.
So this podcast is for you.
Yes, exactly. So thank you. I'm really looking forward to it.
Nice.
I actually am my own worst enemy, so I will buy the gifts early and have them, but then I wait until the last minute to send them. So I'm paying
Yep.
the
That
Super
extra ship.
Express
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of just, I saved money of it by getting them early or using a
Exactly.
promo code, but then I end up eating that money by having to send out. So do you want to start with addressing like a pro?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people take it for granted, but it is an art form of how to address a box and an envelope. You always want to have the recipient's address on the same side as the postage. So, and then the return address is usually on the upper left. You're going to want to include full legal name, right? First and last. Address. People forget apartment. We're New Yorkers.
Yeah.
You got to include that apartment number or it's going to be returned for insufficient address. I know it seems like a minor thing.
Nightmare, though. That's the nightmare, isn't it?
It's the little things that'll get you. Obviously, town, state, and the 5-digit zip code has to be correct. So you need all those elements. You need it in the right place on the box. You need to write it legibly. Our machines are really good at picking up handwriting.
Okay.
So it's not, super serious, but try to write as clearly as possible, and then make sure your full recipient, both your recipient and the sender's address are both on there very clearly.
That's awesome. Wrap it right. So tips for securely packaging the gifts. There is a right way to do the tape.
Yes. So believe it or not, there is a good tape and a bad tape.
Okay.
Masking
And I believe
tape's a
you
no-no.
sell it.
Yeah,
The
we
post
sell the
says-
good tape.
Yes.
So if you have any questions about which tape to use, just go to your local post office. It's a couple dollars to pick up your own tape. Stay away from the masking tape, the artsy tape.
So no duct tape.
No duct tape, and no twine. I know years
okay.
back people used to wrap packages with brown paper and twine.
Yeah.
Our machine, a lot of our packages are machined now.
Okay.
They used to be hand sorted.
Right.
So now with our new machines, things can get caught, twine can unwind,
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
get caught in the machine.
Save it for the butcher.
Save it for the butcher.
Save it for the roast piece. That's funny.
Okay, so then picking your product. So you mentioned earlier sort of like the deadlines, but just, understanding the overview of Ground Advantage and the other options.
Yes, so we have 5 core different mailing products. We have Ground Advantage, which is about 2 to 5 days. We have the Priority Mail, which is 1 to 3 days. And then the Priority Mail Express is guaranteed for some areas as overnight. So it's also 1 to 3. And the media mail. But for the holiday season, you're going to want to focus on where's the package going, right? So it goes by zone and weight.
Okay.
So if you're packing something to California, that might be 9 zones.
So how much is an average consumer supposed to know? I mean, we want to inform, we want to make them the most informed, but understanding that with the stress and the day-to-day things, is the expectation that consumers should, look at zones and whether if they're shipping something out of state.
I'm glad you asked. Yeah. So our retail experts are in fact the experts. If you want to just bring your product to the post office, tell them what it is, tell them where it's going, they'll guide you. They'll
I was
say,
just going to say
"This
that. I
box
thought
is-"
they are incredible. At least I know my post office is. Every time I'm at that last minute deadline, I'm like, all right, so here's what's in it.
Help.
Help.
Yeah, absolutely.
I need it to get here then. What do I need, as far as purchasing the postage and things like that? Is it packaged correctly? They're very, very good at walking you through it.
They are, and they will help you get the most cost effective too, and how to pack it. We have bubble wrap. They'll check and they'll say, well, what are you shipping? And if you say, it's rattling around, they'll help you pack it.
Yeah.
They'll even let you unbox it and
Pack it.
redo it right then and there.
Yeah.
So definitely I recommend leaning on our retail associates. They are amazing.
They are. And you know what else do they sell at my post office is gift cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gift cards and as well as holiday cards.
You don't have to shop at all. You could just go to the post office, get your gift
One-stop
card,
shop.
Get your holiday card.
stamps,
Get your
holiday
stamp.
card.
Wrap it up.
We'll
Post
help
it.
you. We'll help you pack it up. Buy some tape.
And we'll send it for you. That's awesome. So smart sending, how to use the postal services tools like smart lockers and convenient drop off and pickups.
So the smart lockers are really cool. On Long Island, we have some in Huntington, Hicksville, and Merrick. And they're right at the post office. So our integrated merchants will have it on their website when you buy an article. it will say, do you want it delivered to your house or do you want it delivered to a locker? And that's what that means. And then if you choose locker, it'll be in the locker up to 5 days. So if you're out for a long weekend, but you still want to order something for your aunt, who, you know, you can just have it sitting in the locker for the time that you're out of the town, and it'll be safe from, as you know, the porch pirates.
Oh my gosh, that is incredible. I never heard of this locker situation. It's awesome.
I've never utilized it, but it's nice to not even have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just sitting there. So here's a question for you. Biggest mistake you've ever seen?
Stuff rattling around and breaking through the box. People will reuse boxes and they won't realize, they think, oh, it's great for the environment. I'm just going to reuse this box. It's not that. It might be great for the environment, but it's not great for getting it to the destination.
And your package.
And your package, If it has any logos on the box, you're going to have to scratch that off. I've seen instances where people might use a Costco box and they don't put a sufficient address, so it actually gets shipped to Costco.
Oh my gosh.
You know, you have to be very careful about
crazy.
the kind of box that you use.
Okay, that's really important to know.
Yeah, I feel like I've definitely
Learned so much.
learned so much, but also like have committed many of these errors.
Yes.
They're common.
That you've
That's
said
why
today.
she's here, Stacy, for you.
I know it does. A lot of this does fall into my personality. Are there any myths that you'd like to debunk?
Ooh, that's a good one. The myths is that it's an easy job. It's not an easy job, and our carriers work really, really hard to get the packages there on time. It feels like magic, right? You order something, it's on your doorstep. But all the things that go into the back end of getting that package there. So what we do ask our customers to do is make sure you leave your porch light on. We have to see where we're going. Make sure you clear a path. If it snows, we haven't had snow yet, but maybe we will. Have a white Christmas. So clear your path, sticks, leaves, anything slippery that might obstruct the mailbox. You know, you're going to want to make sure that's clear.
Yeah, and it's some of the most important stuff. You know, my brother lives on the West Coast, and we've sent things that have been in our family for a long time. I want to hang on to it now. We're sending it across the country.
And you're trusting your items with them.
So these are really simple things you can get at your post office. We're like a one-stop shop. We got the envelopes. We got your greeting card and the holiday cheer stamps, which it does include a little bit of mistletoe.
Oh, so fun.
Setting up the romance.
We could put it on our forehead.
That's right. We'll put
Get
it
a
on the
kiss.
top of the door. Is there anything specific, regional, any regional quirks that are specific to Long Island, or anything that our mail facilities are known for?
Yeah, so we have a couple really high-powered machines on Long Island right now. Huntington Station is running at #1 in the nation for productivity.
Okay.
So we're really lucky to be in the hub of the transformation of the modernization of the Postal Service.
It's amazing. Huntington, shout out. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
That's great.
So I know that you guys have Operation Santa. Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. Operation Santa is a great program that we have where kids will write to Santa, and we upload them onto a website, and people can actually adopt a letter and ship the kids their wish list.
I love that program. That is amazing.
It's USPS OperationSanta.com, and you can adopt a letter, and you can, as long as you get the package in by December 13.
Oh, good.
So
Another
you've-
good deadline.
Yes, you have time, and don't forget this is a season for giving.
Absolutely.
Amy, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here today, and I really loved having you talk about all the do's and don'ts and the mistakes that people make. So big thank you for joining us and having you here. That was so fun. I think Amy is what a character. Like, she was so great. I think she has like so many great ideas, and really back to this time of year and how hectic things can go. I was so glad for the deadlines because, like I said, I'm guilty of the
Very
last
guilty
minute
here,
shipment. So thanks, Amy, for giving me the deadlines and our listeners.
And it's not magic, everybody. You know, like people really deliver these packages to your door and to your loved ones. So be kind and heed all of the suggestions she made, keeping your walks clear. You know, it's not your mail carrier's fault if something hasn't delivered on time. No pointing fingers, no chasing trucks.
Right,
I've been
exactly.
tempted to do the same thing before. Be like, do you have mine in there?
Yeah.
But just remember, like these guys function, these men and women function as elves.
Yeah.
They are
Yes,
part of
so
Santa's
cute.
crew. So Just remember this is a holiday season. Follow her tips. It'll make it far less stressful than it may have to be. And that's it. Looking forward to all of it.
I know. And I did say during the interview that I frequent my postal service, and she's not wrong when she's saying they are incredibly helpful. They will walk you through it. It's really an amazing experience. So thank you, Amy. This weekend on Long Island, sponsored by the East End Getaway, your go-to resource for all things happening on the East End.
There's a lot going on. We will try and keep it short. But on Friday, the holiday spirits at Sparkling Point. Step into Christmas Eve. Picture it. Remember, did you ever watch The Golden Girls?
Yes.
Just go picture it. Sicily, 18. So step into Christmas Eve, 1893, and experience a Christmas carol like never before in this immersive one-man performance. Enjoy storytelling, holiday canapes, charcuterie, champagne. I mean, the list goes on, and the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and yet to come.
Ooh, third annual Southold Holiday Stroll. Celebrate this season with a festive night of shopping, community, and holiday cheer in Southold. Pick up a holiday stroll postcard at your first stop and collect stamps at participating stores. Some may require a small purchase, and drop off your completed card at the final stop to enter into the holiday stroll raffle. I wonder what the raffle is going to be, but that's also happening on Friday, December 12th.
Yeah, so that's from 5 to 8. So get there after work, bring your family. And this is really just an example of community and small town and Hallmark villages on Long Island. So we'll see you there. The holiday market at East Wind. It's a festive day of shopping, giving, family fun at East Wind's Grand Ballroom. This is just a one-day event, everyone, on Friday. Brings together local artisans, businesses, and nonprofits for a celebration that gives back. This will include a kids' corner, a vendor village, a resource row, which is where you can connect with organizations supporting families year-round. It's very important.
Amazing.
And then Giving Lane, which is learn meaningful ways to give back. So if you always say, oh, my neighbor did that, or I saw it on Instagram and someone did this nice thing, and you just don't know where to start, go here and your answers will be provided.
I love that. On to Saturday, December 13th is the Nutcracker at West Hampton Beach Performing Arts Center. Join Clara as her Nutcracker doll transforms into a prince, leading her through a magical forest and into the dazzling land of sweets. Experience Peconic Ballet, theater's captivating holiday production featuring the Sugar Plum Fairy and beloved characters all weekend long.
Get out to Montauk for the 4th annual Magic of Montauk Holiday Fair. Montauk lights up the season with a holiday path around the town green. This is so sweet. Gift vendors, a hot cocoa contest, which is probably the best kind of contest you can enter. Children's activities, festive treats, food trucks, beer and wine, live music, Santa meet and greet, photo spots, live reindeer.
I want to go.
This is a family event.
I love it.
You can bring your family. You can go on a date.
So
go with
fun.
your girlfriends, but they have everything.
The second annual holiday tour of the Inns in East Hampton. Tour East Hampton's Inns decorated for the holidays, including the Baker House, the Roundtree, 434 on Main, the Reform Club, the Huntington Inn and 1770 House, the Maidstone, and Journey East Hampton. Enjoy festive treats and discounts at local food and beverage spots and suggested donations of $20 to support the Greater East Hampton Chamber of Commerce.
And then Sunday, let's do menorah lighting in Sag Harbor and Greenport. Celebrate the season with the community menorah lightings in Sag Harbor and Greenport.
I love it.
Self-described.
Yes, very good. Some celebrity.
Yeah.
Did you bring this to the table? I think you did.
I did. This may have been a Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. Billy Joel is selling his New York City condo to his own daughter for $4.5 million.
Good for her. What a steal.
Just days before slashing $5 million from the price of his Long Island estate. Billy Joel may be riding a few real estate waves lately, but it's his ties to Long Island and the excitement around his properties remain as strong as ever. After trimming the price of his iconic 14-acre Middle Sea estate to $25 million with 2 adjacent lots at $3.5 million each, interest from fans and buyers is still going strong for his legendary North Shore retreat.
It's something I'll have to look at. I missed the last open house, but I will be sure
to
I'll
go.
be sure to get there. I mean, it's the adjacent lots I'm more interested in than just the
just the
I'll
mansion
put my
itself?
sibling in one lot.
This is the compound that you wanted to have.
It is the compound, and for the low price
of $3.5 million just for the adjacent lots.
Just for the lots.
And then $25 million for the mansion.
Yeah, so listen, good for him. He scored a win elsewhere, selling his condo, like you said, to his daughter Alexa for 4.5, and he earns a healthy profit in the process. So
See, good for him.
that's good.
You know why? Because she's ultimately going to get his profit
Yeah.
when he goes IC.
Listen, the piano man is still investing right here at home. He recently purchased a beautiful $10.7 million Hamptons property. Just a reminder that no matter the ups and downs, Long Island still remains in the heart of Billy Joel's story. And just, really quick, Billy Joel, come to our gala.
Yeah.
Listen up. It's going to be
Your
amazing.
Your band member
is there.
attending.
And how cute. How nice would it be? We have a ton of local businesses.
Surprise guests. That's so cute.
Yeah, so if you're interested, reach out. And
Spill the tea.
we'll be happy to have you. We won't even charge you. We won't even charge you for the ticket.
You can be my VIP guest.
But yeah, feel free to come through. We have, we've got oyster tasting, vodka tasting, bar, beautiful meal, entertainment from Mike Del Giudice.
It's your guy. It's
We'll
going to
see
be
you
awesome.
there.
I'm excited. I think this was an incredible episode. All the knowledge that Amy brought in, all her tips and tricks to avoid the crazy rush.
Yeah.
And I loved the Operation Santa that she talked about too. So please be sure to visit that URL that she named, and Michael will put it in the notes. But thank you, Stacy, for another great episode. I really hope you feel better.
Thank you, Sharon. Thanks, guys.
See you next week.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.